Steve McMichael is officially an NFL Hall of Famer. He's the 6th member of the legendary '85 Bears to enter the Hall in Canton, Ohio.
Mongo was unable to attend his induction ceremony because of his ongoing battle with ALS, so his supporters came to his house to celebrate the occasion. As Chris Bowden reports, McMichael's will to arrive at this moment shows how worthy he is of the honor.
Like being down in the middle of a goal line stand during his 13-year Bears career, Steve McMichael denied ALS from taking this day from him. The ravages of the disease prevented the 66-year-old from making it to Canton, so the Hall of Fame came to him this morning.
Good morning.
Yes, indeed. Wife Misty, daughter Macy, and fellow Hall teammates Jimbo Covert, Richard Dent, and Mike Singletary escorting his gold jacket and trunk encased bus to his home, where he was joined by other former Bears. The presentation was pre-recorded to play back during the official ceremony that followed the introduction from our own Jarrett Payton.
I'm honored and privileged to present Steve McMichael for enshrinement in the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Really emotional time in there for everybody, but just so glad to see that he was able to be here for it. So that's the most amazing thing and really special.
This is certainly not a pity selection, it's a deserving selection. He's got all the credibility and all the accomplishments of any NFL player that deserves to have his bust unveiled. And I will say, of every bust that I've ever seen in my history of going to the Hall of Fame, it's probably the most like resemblance of a player that I've ever seen.
He's at the place that he always wants to be. Yeah. And he's on a team that, he can never be cut from. Even when you die, you're still on this team.
Yeah, forever.
So, he's there forever, and we appreciate to be here to welcome him to the NFL Hall of Fame.
Since being voted in January, there have been complications and scares that cast doubt on whether McMichael would make it.
That's who he is. And that's who he's always been. He's a fighter, he's a tough guy, accountability, never going to give up. So that's just who he is.
His mind is still there. His mind is fine, and that's why I'm glad that he's able to, understand what's going on. Now his body's failing him. That's ALS. His body's gonna give out eventually, but he knows he's in, and that's all that matters.
McMichael and classmate Devin Hester raised the Bears' NFL record total of Hall of Famers now to 32. In Homer Glen, Chris Bowden, WGN News.
He waited 30 years since retiring for this moment, but Steve McMichael finally gets his Pro Football Hall of Fame gold jacket, special delivery, and they unveil his bust that will be on display. The Hall of Fame has never made a house call before, but with McMichael bedridden, unable to move because of ALS, Hall of Fame officials, his family, and Bears teammates gathered around his bed before the formal celebration in Canton later.
You can see it in his eyes, but more than anything, we can feel it in our heart.
Really emotional time in there for everybody, but just so glad to see that he was able to be here for it.
McMichael becomes the 7th member of the '85 Bears, including Coach Mike Ditka, to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. He was a member of what was arguably the best defense in league history.
There's probably nobody more deserving of the induction into the Hall of Fame. This is certainly not a pity selection, it's a deserving selection.
McMichael, a big supporter of first responders, gets a special performance by the Emerald Society Bagpipe Corps outside his window. His wife says anticipation of this day has been motivation that's kept McMichael alive.
If you're going to go into the Hall of Fame, you need to be alive to see it. And I'm so happy that he has stretched his time limit with us because, he got 2 to 5 years, 7 years ago.
He's a fighter, he's a battler, and I think, this struggle he's going through epitomizes who he is.
Neighbors and fans gather outside the home meantime to get to see Bears legends coming in and out of the house, some even getting autographs. For the players, this is a special time.
This is just cream on the top. I mean, it's just doesn't get much better than this.
Fans played a big role in helping get McMichael into the Hall of Fame. The Hall says they received more letters on his behalf than any other player ever. And Bears fans everywhere celebrating tonight.
Watch breaking news on YouTube. Subscribe to ABC 7 Chicago Eyewitness News.
I feel amazed and just thankful, and I'm just happy that it's finally here. You know, it seems like it's taken 26 years, because it has. But we finally made it, baby. He got in.
It meant the world. It really did. You know, Steve was a special guy. He really was a very special man. And he was the heart and soul of who we were as a football team, too. And I really do think that being here to honor him was probably a little more special than being in Canton this year. I mean, I've been very fortunate. I've had players and teammates that have gone in. And going to Canton is special, but being here for Steve, I think this tops it all.
To be on that 85 defense, and they have all those guys, you know, Dan and Richard, Mike, you know, to be part of that never leaves. And being, you know, from Chicago and a Bears fan, this is cool.
Oh, yeah, you can tell how he's feeling. I mean, he's aware of everything, and there's nothing wrong with upstairs. It's just the rest of his body, right? And so it's a horrible disease, but, you know, he's handled this whole thing with such courage and class and dignity. I mean, it's just really, really emotional time in there for everybody, but just so glad to see that he was able to be here for it. So that's the most amazing thing and really special.
He's on a team that, you know, he can never be cut from. Even when you die, you're still on this team.
Now his body's failing him. That's ALS. His body's gonna give out eventually, but he knows he's in, and that's all that matters.
The joy, the happiness, all the hard work that you put into this, I think it all comes to a head, and that's where Steve's at right now. I think for him, that's that satisfaction that all the hard work that he put in is finally here. I'm honored and privileged to present Steve McMichael for enshrinement in the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Amen. You ready? It's gonna be right here. Mace, help me pull it down. Let's go.
Steve, you're here with all your world champion brothers. Back in Canton, we have 378 brothers that's looking for you. You're on a team that you can never be cut from, you never can be released from. When you die on this team, you will still be on it. Welcome home, team. Welcome home, Steve, I should say.
Football heaven.
You're in football heaven.
Forever.
Forever. Much love, brother.
The Bears' monsters of the midway defense lives on in NFL lore. And Steve McMichael was its heart and soul.
Around, he's hit by Steve McMichael and brought down.
1985, the Bears were prepped to go on a Super Bowl run, but Steve really was the special sauce on that 46 defense.
And down he goes, Steve McMichael on the sack.
His ability to use his strength, his speed, his quickness really set the tone for what the Bears did in '85 and the success that they had as a defense. Always cleaning up for everybody else, always making everybody else look good, but also making plays and doing it with a smile on his face and an intensity that the game has never seen before.
Mongo played in a Bears franchise record 191 straight games, racking up 92.5 sacks and earning 2 first-team All-Pro nods.
The way he was able to use all of his abilities to be able to fight off tackles, to stop the run.
Steve McMichael on the hit.
But Steve was asked to do more than that. He was not just a run stuffer. he was also one of the best interior linemen to get after the quarterback.
Barr sets up George. Get him. He's hit on the play. Down he goes. Steve McMichael with the sack.
Steve McMichael was a force of nature, but the only thing bigger than his personality was his heart. I think sometimes you have to wait for your moment, but when it comes, the joy, the happiness, all the hard work that you put into this, I think it all comes to a head, and that's where Steve's at right now. I think for him, that's that satisfaction that all the hard work that he put in is finally here. I'm honored and privileged to present Steve McMichael for enshrinement in the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Ladies and gentlemen, to unveil Steve McMichael's bust at his home in Chicago, Illinois, is his wife, Misty, and former NFL teammates.
Awesome. You guys see your bus, baby. You ready? It's gonna be right here. Mace, help me pull it down. Let's go. Oh. Wow. Look at that. I told him just make sure you have hair.
Hall of Famer.
Isn't that beautiful?
That's no restoration. Wait.
That's amazing. That's you, baby. Forever.
Steve, you're here with all your world champion brothers. Back in Canton, we have 378 brothers that's looking for you. You're on a team that you can never be cut from, you never can be released from. When you die on this team, you will still be on it.
Right,
welcome home, team. Welcome home, Steve, I should say.
Football heaven.
You're in football heaven.
That's right.
Forever.
That's right,
Much love, brothers. Welcome home, brothers.
Finally, baby. Finally. Thank you, guys. It's just been amazing, and I know he's happy, and you're going to be in there forever, talking to them when the lights are out. Y'all talk to each other, I heard, in the hall, the busts. It's amazing. We love you, baby. So proud of you. You look great. Your jacket fits you nice.
It does, right? It looks good.
It's great.
It's good and gold.
So this is a speech that Steve and I have been working on probably for about the last year and a half. Some of it before he lost the ability to talk, and talked about what he would like to say and who he would like to thank. And of course it would be a lot longer and be a lot more fun, I shall say. And you know, if it was him actually giving the speech and what he would say, because a lot of the times he speaks from the heart. So let me just read it, because it says, "Hey Chicago Bears fans and Mongo fans, woohoo! I'm in the Hall of Fame, baby. I want to thank the Hall of Fame, the Senior Selection Committee, the Chicago Bears, and all the fans. The best fans in the world and the best city to play football in. I played 15 years in the NFL and loved every minute of every down. I played with the greatest players in the NFL and the greatest defense to this day, baby. I want to thank all my teammates. It's an honor to join my teammates Walter Payton, Richard Dent, Mike Singletary, Dan Hampton, Jimbo Covert, Coach Ditka, Coach Ryan, and all the Bears before us. I'd like to say a special thank you to my pseudo-son, Jared Payton, for introducing me. I want to thank my family, my father, Mac, my brother, Richard, my sisters, Sharon and Catherine Denise, which is me. To my wife, Misty, thank you for giving me my beautiful daughter, Macy. And to Macy, you'll always be my little girl. Daddy loves you. And finally, to my mother, we made it, Mama. Your baby made it. Bear down and hook 'em.